Today, Ilia Topuria and Max Holloway did a face-to-face interview over Zoom. And it was interesting. Sorta. It was funny. I don't know if it was interesting, but it was funny. Also, once again, we are revisiting Jon Jones versus Alex Pereira at heavyweight. Dana seems to be softening up slightly to this fight. Also, will we all be made a fool of by Julianna Peña as Amanda Nunes has reached out to the UFC? Could the Venezuelan vixen get her wish? All of this and more on today's episode of Matter of Fact MMA. What's up? What's happening? Let's go. What's up, guys? We right back at it. We right back with it. It's your boy Matt representing the Ville, and we are here to go over a couple of news topics, few news items going around in the MMA sphere, coined by me, not the Las Vegas sphere. Anyway, let's start off at the tippity top. Did y'all see Ilia Topuria's face-to-face interview over Zoom with Max Holloway? Bro, I am hyped up about this fight, and I think the UFC has finally recognized this is their last big fight right now, probably for the rest of this year, because nothing else is being hyped up just yet. Not saying they're not going to pull out some big end of the year fights, because we know that they want to. We know that they're going to try. But this right here, Max Holloway versus Ilia Topuria, is the fight. It is the fight everyone wants to see. It's the fight that we can't wait for. And I think the UFC has recognized that. Because let's be honest, bro. Nobody's checking for Jones and Stipe. All right? Once again, I'm out here hoping that Stipe gets injured 4 days prior to, no disrespect to Stipe, so Tom can step in there against Jon. But, bro, McGregor's not fighting this year. You know, Chandler and Charles Oliveira doesn't quite do it. You know what I'm saying? What else are you going to have? I mean, yeah, you can pull out some little lesser known fights, but the reality of it is, bro, it's all about Ilia Topuria and Max Holloway. And when I look at these two fighters, bro, it makes sense. Like, 3 or 4 years ago, everyone thought that Max Holloway was kind of donezo, right? Even though he was only losing to Alexander Volkanovski, you know what I'm saying? Homie wasn't going out there losing to Contender Series fighters, you know what I mean? He was losing to Volko. But at the same time, bro, when you see a folk hero in a way, a MMA folk hero like Max Holloway take 3 losses in a row to the same guy, right? And it wasn't like the losses were in a row overall, but against Volk. Yeah, every time he fought Volk, he lost. And so that really, really, really threw everything off, bro. It just really did. It just really, really threw everything off for his career. But then you slowly see him. He goes in there with Calvin Kattar. He makes mincemeat, to pull out an old ass term of him. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about he goes in there with the Korean zombie, right? Retires the zombie. I mean, the homie has been out here. He goes in there with El Pantera. You know what I'm saying? Did his thing against him. He's been doing his thing since he lost the belt. But then he goes out and he rejuvenates, he revives, he resets his career by defeating Justin Gaethje for the BMF championship, which is about to come up right now, and has still pound for pound knockout moment of the year at the very end of that fight. Now, Ilia Topuria, though, I don't know if y'all knew, but Ilia Topuria is that dude. Ilia Topuria has gone out here, as he told Max in this interview, you've had 70-something minutes in the octagon with Alexander Volkanovski, and couldn't get the job done. I did it in 7. You know, do you know how much that had to sting when Ilia Topuria said that? Bro, Ilia Topuria is another animal. Bro, the interview starts up. Topuria has the BMF championship sitting behind him. He puts it on at one point during the interview over his shoulder. You know what I'm saying? This dude who speaks 4 to 5 languages is on here doing little subtle things to irritate Max Holloway, which is beautiful because unlike a lot of other fighters in the past that have tried to do that to Max Holloway, I think it's working from Ilia Topuria. I'm not saying that's going to propel him to a win, but I feel like Max is slightly annoyed. And I think the best thing about Ilia Topuria is Topuria does a form of trash talk. He does a form of heel talk, if you will, that it's slightly corny, but it's more believable than it is corny. I will say again, it's more believable than it is corny. Julianna Peña. Like, can you stop with your stupid, corny trash talk? Take notes from Ilia Topuria. You know what I'm saying? He has the perfect balance of being in your face, annoying, but at the same time being subtle about it. You know what I'm saying? The fact that during the interview he puts on the BMF championship. The fact that when asked about the fight with Justin Gaethje, he said it was a boring snoozer of a fight. The only part that was exciting was the last 10 seconds. He said he didn't see any technical ability. It looked like a barroom brawl. If you don't think that affects Max Holloway on some level, you're crazy. He's not insulting Max Holloway as a man or as a father or as a husband. I think Max would kind of laugh that off because he's secure in what he is. But he's challenging his fighting style, which Max Holloway takes a lot of pride in, you know what I'm saying? So, bro, this fight is going to be interesting because I don't know how to call it. Because even though Ilia Topuria is out here trolling, he's doing his thing. He's the new guy on the block. He's got knockout power. He's one of the better technical boxers in the UFC. Maybe better than Max Holloway. He's got takedown defense. He's got takedowns. He's got wrestling. He's got grappling. He's got submissions. But the best is blessed. And every time it looked like it was time to count out Max Holloway came back, slapped you in the face and said, "Why you count me out, bro? I'm still here." I'm so excited about this fight. I cannot wait for it. It's going to be awesome. Let's move on. How come back in the MMA sphere, they're talking about Alex Pereira versus Jon Jones, and I ain't mad at it. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. It's safe to say, more than likely, we could get shocked, but more than likely, Jon Jones is not going to fight Tom Aspinall. So if he's going to go out there, he's going to wax Stipe. After he's done waxing Stipe, bro, let's make the biggest fight at heavyweight we could have right now. Because let's be honest, Jon versus Tom would be huge, but Jon versus Alex Pereira would be bigger. We don't need the heavyweight belt. The heavyweight champion of the world is Tom Aspinall. All right, so let Jones go out there, beat Stipe, retire the heavyweight belt, and then sign the mega fight between Alex Pereira and Jon Jones. That way, if Jon Jones goes out there and defeats Alex Pereira, which there's a good chance, he goes off. He's the GOAT. Leave him alone. But he'll always have that stain that he never faced Tom Aspinall. That's a given. But what if Alex shocks the world, as he's known to do? Lock that man in the cage with Tom Aspinall after that, and let's settle it. Tom Aspinall defending the world heavyweight title against Alex Pereira. Now, at the post-fight press conference from Alex Pereira's fight, UFC 307, Dana seemed a little bit warmer to the idea of these two fighting, where before he was ice cold. Ice cold. But not anymore. So it's going to be interesting to see Let's see what goes down at the end of November after Jon Jones, hopefully he doesn't make a mockery of his career, beats Stipe. Let's move on. Finally, Amanda Nunes is reaching out to Dana White. And she in shape. If you saw the video, she in shape. She been in the gym. She been working out. Bro, is Peña going to get that fight? Is Julianna Peña, with the worst trash talk in MMA, going to get that fight? And if she does, is it really the worst trash talk in MMA, or is it the best? I don't know. Can you imagine, though? I mean, Amanda is saying Dana White hit me up. And it's after Julianna called her out. I would really hope it's a swerve and she's going to try to set up the fight with Kayla without the belt and just be like, F you, Julianna. We don't need you. We over here fighting. But, bro, if Peña gets that fight, that is crazy. I've never seen somebody fail upward so many times. Like, if just fail and then fall upward into a better situation. Even though she just won the championship, it was a lightweight fail. I mean, she got the championship, but still nobody believes in her and nobody felt like she won that fight. So we will have to see how that plays out. Just wanted to drop in, go over a couple of topics with you guys. You know, we got UFC at the Apex, Brandon Royval versus Tetsuro Taira going on this weekend, so we're going to check that out. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think about Jones versus Alex. Let me know what you think. Are you hyped up about Ilia Topuria versus Max Holloway? So be sure to like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think about it. And once again, I do want to thank you for joining me for another episode of Matter of Fact MMA. And I check you next time. Peace.